What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Near Protocol today. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. So it's looking like we are moving up. Looking like the proper call to make was that we were moving up, and that's what I've assumed since these low points here. That's what we assumed yesterday, even in the midst of all the mayhem that happened with Bitcoin and various other cryptos. The call has been that we would move up above $3 and likely somewhere around this 330 area or higher. That or higher option. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay, so if we look at this here from a high, relative high, maybe the overall high. Let's take the overall high to the low. The golden ratio is at $3.64 to $4.32. It's very likely at this point in time. Yes, even here at $3, boom, we did it. We're above $3. You saw it here first. We're likely going to go to 360. It's completely possible that we stop here at these points of resistance, but also these points of support here are at the golden ratio, and it just might be enough to get people excited at the wrong time that we move up here and then we find resistance and come down. This has been a very phenomenal move so far, and you are breaking out of your downward sloping trend here. It's nice to see. I really wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be thrown off at all if we found resistance at this 432, 364 area. That's the call. That's the area that we expect at a bare minimum. We're expecting something that's like 313, so another 10 cents or so. But here looks good here. We're at $3. Psychological resistance might come into play. I mean, hell, you've seen a pretty volatile week. From a high to a low, you move down 25%. Now you're back up. You're up 29% this week. So if you don't think that you can come back down by the end of this week and then come back up next week, I mean, we literally just did that last week. So absolutely we can. We've seen some volatility in this range before. We absolutely have, and we see that with Near at times. So don't be surprised if we do get a little bit of volatility. But the weekly RSI looks great. The stochastics look great. The MACD also looks pretty damn good right here. You are at a point where you could find resistance. If you break through, that'd be great. My only issue with that is we're already so hot on the histogram here. We're already so hot. Now we've seen this before where we've been hot on the histogram and we still push through. But this was in the beginning of the Bitcoin bull market. This was a different time in Near's life than it is here. But got a lot of volume. Maybe this is a sign of better things to come. We look at this on a daily time frame. I'm going to leave the fibs up actually and potentially identify this as a bull flag. That gives us some kind of sense of a measure move of where Near might go. Now, a measure move, I like to say, is just an idea. It's not a requirement. It's not a prophecy. It doesn't have to happen. It is just an idea. This idea would take you above the golden ratio, and it would take you to about $4.60. Now, to me, is that right? 460? Yeah, 432, 364. To me, it doesn't make sense that you'd stop here. It makes more sense that you'd stop somewhere in this range, probably the lower end of this range. If you were to go above here, it'd make more sense that you go up here. So to me, stopping anywhere in between here, it's kind of odd. I wouldn't expect that, but it could happen. It could happen. Weird things happen. Let's actually see real quick if we can identify a weird moment. Let's just see. From a low to a high to a low here. And there you stopped right at the golden ratio. Here you stopped right in that range, came back down, and then moved up. That's not a weird moment. That's actually exactly kind of like what I'm forecasting here to happen. Nothing weird. Actually, Near seems to really respect its fibs. So all I'm saying in essence is that I doubt that this measure move comes to fruition. Now, what could happen, because again, it's just an idea, what could happen is that you fall short of the measure move or that you exceed the measure move. So either more bullish or not as bullish as expected. But either way, I think it's going to be fine. I think Near's going to have a good time. We definitely have higher to go. But this kind of bull flag measure move might entice people to not sell here when it's clearly actually a good time to sell, to get out for a short-term trade. If you're holding for the long term, you shouldn't be worried about selling anyways, right? You should be your selling is at new all-time highs, right? That's where you're selling if you're holding for the long term. But if you're trying to short-term trade this bad boy, probably got another 20% to 44% to go. Not a bad not a bad increase at all there. I do expect we'll see some volatility. I want to get into the short-term stuff to address that, but that's just where my head's at overall for Near. You did see a little bit of volatility yesterday, but man, you are prevailing now. You got a lot of volume. You look good. You look so good. Yeah, that 1 hour time frame looks fierce. RSI, stochastics, MACD, all of it. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly what you want to see. 4 hour time frame, yeah. You have this look of bearish divergence, but you're getting rid of it, man. You're bearish divergence at the double top, volumes coming in, stochastics look good, the MACD just crossed above the zero. You look too good. You look too good for me to be bearish here. I mean, what have we seen since the 31st? It's 3 days later. Here we are, up 35%. Bro, not bad. I like it. In the midst of Bitcoin tanking, what is going on? Let's type in BTC.D. What are we doing here, man? Where's my water? I must have left it. That's okay. Bitcoin dominance taking a bit of a dump. This is not an altcoin rally, by the way. It's a mini altcoin rally. Altcoin rally stuff, you guys. That's altcoin rally. We need to pick up the pace a little bit more. The reason why we're not dropping so hard is because it's not the whole of the altcoin market that's pumping. It's just a few of them. But the thing is, this is I've been in crypto now, you guys, since 2015. Okay, this is my 11th year in crypto. In my experience, what happens with altcoin rallies is you do get the chosen few. The chosen few. Near is one of the chosen few. Near, Zcash, Dash, even for whatever reason. Hyperliquid, Home. If you know the DeFi app, Home. Shout out to Home. And others. XLM. The chosen few pump ahead of the rest of the market. And then the rest of the market pumps, and then the dominance really drops, and that happens when Bitcoin is range bound. We just saw a massive dump, and my expectation is that Bitcoin will be range bound. So we really do, in a weird way, because normally altcoin markets, alt seasons begin when Bitcoin pumps and then it gets range bound. In a weird way, even though we've dumped, we're set up in a sense to see a little bit of an altcoin rally here, especially with the Bitcoin dominance looking the way it is. Interesting thoughts. And if that happens, I mean, near might go a lot higher, man. If that's the case, but let's stay on the ground here. Let's not assume that we're getting. We can hope for the best, but let's not get too carried away with ourselves. Okay. That'd be really weird if we did have an alt rally right now, but like an alt season right now. But we'll see. Daily time frame. Bearish divergence on the daily time frame. We probably are staging this for bearish divergence. I mean, we continue to move up here. We likely still will have bearish divergence. So at some point, I do believe you're on the final leg of this move, right? It's probably like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legged move. Fun fact about these 5-legged moves, ready? So the first leg is typically, what the heck is going? Okay, there we go. The first leg is typically the smallest of the legs up. The third leg is typically the biggest of the legs up, and the fifth leg can be the biggest. It's typically bigger than wave 1, but not as big as wave 3. Already, with this leg here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third leg is clearly the biggest. And the fifth leg, I think, is already bigger than the first leg. It'll probably go a little bit longer, but 5 legs up. The idea is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs up, and then 1, 2, 3 legs down. That's the idea there. So whenever we top off, we'll probably see some significant movement to the downside too. I do plan on shorting near, but not here, nowhere near here. Again, the reason why I plan on shorting is because lower highs, we're probably going to have bearish divergence. Stochastics are overbought, time to, de-risk. And then lower highs here, bearish divergence will, even if we continue to move up, we'll probably get some bearish divergence on the MACD as well. So I'm not shorting here. No way am I shorting here. No way does anybody have any business shorting here because, damn it, dude, we're probably going to move up another 20% or more. I shouldn't say that. We're going to move up at least another 5%. But I mean, dude, we probably move up another 20% or more. Yeah, no, I stand by that. We probably do move up 20% or more. So wait for that. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't care if we dump all the way back down today. We're going to keep coming up, man. We can be volatile. We can be squirrely. It doesn't have to be a straight shot up, but it just might be. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes. I got nothing else for you. Near protocol, you look great. Congrats to everybody who's held. Congrats to anybody who's bought recently. Congrats to anybody who bought at an earlier date than recent. You've got more to go. Likely you've got more to go. Take care. Bye-bye.